I cannot say mine will be short, but I hope sweet. Just a delight to be here in Cambridge. This holds a lot of memories, Cambridge, because I lived on the west side. Now, when you spoke of the west side of Galt, that was where the wealthy people lived. But on the west side, they had the tracts of the poor and the rich. Well, you know what side I was on. But thank God we don't stay there all the time. I mean, God bless us over the years. And since I've left Galt, they changed the name. I don't know if my leaving had anything to do with it or not. But they changed it to Cambridge, brought in Hespeler and Preston, and joined together. So last Sunday night I was over at the Romanian church called the Romanian Christian Fellowship, I think. The name, and what a delight. You just can't get rid of me. I'm getting around the Romanians all the time. I just got a request to do a seminar at the mission school in out by Constanza, Medjugorje area. It's another little place, and I can't recall. And if I would do a week on spiritual warfare. So that's coming up. Back to Romania, and they want it in February. I said, is there not another month? Like, I was in May, and it was just nice. June would have been better. But February, how many know? I will go with my winter coat. I will be in Florida, have to leave the comfort of Florida to go to Romania in February. But what you won't do for the Lord, poor me. Then prior to that, we'll be in Egypt. And where's Pastor Hank? There he is. Pastor Hank Canners, Pastor Kathy. Would you two stand, please? They've been pastors in Cambridge for years of the Cambridge Christian Center. And this man is a great teacher, and he has some great truths on the heart, the revelation. And he lives so close. When I sent him an email that I'd be here, he knew he'd better show up tonight. Like, I mean, just a couple blocks from here. And so he is here and delighted. And look at all my dear friends. Thank you for coming. And Ray, you know, I had to look twice. I'm so used to the beard, you see. So, but it's so good to see everyone and to enjoy a Sunday night live here in Cambridge. I think it's wonderful. Give the devil a hard time. So, well, I've been going through the last few weeks. I did get out of the hospital 2 weeks ago. 5 days later, I was standing preaching, and I had to lean a little bit. While I was in Ireland, I preached myself into a hernia. I mean, that's when you really feel something. I was preaching away, bang, going, whoa, what on earth is this all about? And wouldn't you know? So then I went up to the Mains's island home with all the siblings, and they had a zip line. How many know the young people know what a zip line is? You go down the hill on a wire and hang on. And I said, I want to do it. They said, but you got a hernia. I said, my brother Bradley said, all you do then when you get over the water is let go. Now, but about a foot before you hit the end, let go. He said, no, no problem. So I'm down there, woo, you know, yelling woo, and didn't let go. I hit the end of that zip line, my body shot straight up, popped another hernia. I just love those things. So when I went to the doctor, he said, I thought we only had one to deal with. You had two big ones. I said, I don't know the first one. I was preaching in Ireland. I blame the Irish for that one, and blame my foolishness for the second one, coming down a zip line, trying to be a teenager again. Well, it wasn't all that fun when David Maines realized I went up straight up, facing up heavenward, but was coming back this way, face down into the rocks. And so they could see me smashed. So all I heard him yell, let go! I was always told to preach, hang on. You know, but then there are times you do let go. So I finally heard his voice. I let go and went smack into the water, banged my left leg. Wouldn't you know, last Sunday night, just prior to this service, I slipped down the stairs. And
it's a spirit of mishap.
Well, we rebuke it then. It's no more after tonight. Well, I slipped down there, dragged that same leg, and banged the chin. And somebody was asking him, was saying, how's the hip? You know, it's amazing. I met 2 days later a young man who had a fall not as bad as mine, broke his leg, and I don't know how many places he's got pins. And I said, Lord, thank you that a young man breaks his leg and this older young man didn't do it. Isn't that, can you be grateful to God? So I am so thankful. Well, we are planning some exciting things in this new year. Well, even this fall. In just over a month, I go into Pakistan, and then from Pakistan into India, and then back home after about 4 weeks on that trip, and then the new year into Egypt, the beauty warmth of Egypt, into crossing over the Mediterranean to Romania in February. But looking for a great time. I don't know, Brother Hank, we better be chatting whether or not you're up to Egypt again. He is Mr. Egypt now. They love him in Egypt. This man's been going there, and he's had so many open doors, and the Presbyterians love him over there. And in the conference we shared, we had about 6 different denominations. And after the first night of introduction, I forgot who was who, and it didn't matter. Isn't that great? It just didn't matter who was this and that. And one night, we were in the middle of the conference, and the Assembly of God pastor came and wanted us to go and speak at his church in the village where we were. And so they picked us up, and they were giving me signals like, wind it up, they're waiting out here. And so I said, Pastor Hank, you're on tonight. So on the way, he said, no, you're to speak tonight. I said, well, I thought you were. He said, no, I feel the Lord wants you to do it. And so he being much older than I submitted to him. Not really. And wouldn't you know, God showed up in that place that night. There was a prophetic word. It just happened all of a sudden. I don't know Arabic or ancient Egyptian, but there was all of a sudden a language came out of me that I'd never learned. And the place, I just felt a trembling, a gripping of the power of God. Isn't it marvelous when the Holy Spirit takes over? And how many know that our gathering tonight is in the name of the Lord, under the authority of the Holy Spirit, and that he can do what he wants in this place? I was told that by the leadership, and of course I love cooperating with the Holy Spirit. So this morning we were with the Filipinos. You cannot believe this large congregation of Filipinos, and do they love the Lord? And they were just so excited about worshiping God, and we just had ourselves a time ministering, singing, and then preaching. Cole tried to get me, and I'm getting it before it gets me. So it's on its way out. It's the tail end of the hit. And so the voice may be a little raspy, but the heart is full. And so we give praise to God. I mentioned there are some young people here that work in the streets with unusual needy young people. And Alan, I see you back there, and Ann and some of the team. Would you stand, please? I want people to know what you folk are doing in the Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo area. Give them a God bless you. A dynamite team. They're giving the devil a hard time. They have such ministry to young people and to those that society has given up on, and they're moving in these realms. Knowing Alan for years, he plays drums and helped us out years ago in Toronto. And everybody's got a little older, but we're still going for God. Isn't that great? And so we're enjoying the blessings of the Lord. How good God is. Well, my beloved wife, who's put up with me for 49 years, she's going to get a gold medal if she lasts 1 more year on the golden. And we want you all to come. We're going to have ourselves a time. And, going to Israel, too. We plan to go in Israel. If you'd like to go, let me know. I see Pastor Rudy and Sister Lorna back there. You folks stand, too. We just appreciate these folk have ministered in missionary work around the world. And with Vander School, and you're with, did you know you're all Dutch in that row pretty well? It's all Dutch to me, so bless you folks. We've got multi-nations here tonight. This is a little touch of heaven. I think it's great, and to see the young people up here worshiping God, leading us in worship. Well, come on, let's sing a song together, and let's do the fast one because my voice won't sound as bad. And I've got your recording, Brother Ray, with the chord. I think it's wonderful. Could you give my wife which one does she use? Yeah. And the man today on the control, his name was Mike, and we needed a mic, and we got confused who was Mike. But I enjoy that tape.